Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem, Rekakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled Holy Chariots Appear in Santan Dave's Verdansk video. Lord will, you are edified. All right, Shalom Wakim. All right, the video is entitled Verdansk by Santan Dave. Okay. Now, on this video, it appears to be chariots in the sky. Okay, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? That possibly could be 1, 6, 7. Now watch how they move. Let's rewind. One more time. Let's get some precepts. And this is 2 Kings 2 and 8. And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, here and there, so that they too went over on dry ground. And it came to pass, when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, Ask what I shall do for you before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of your spirit be upon me. And he said, You have asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if you see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire, okay, a so-called unidentified flying object, but via the Spirit, all right, they are identifiable flying objects, all right, hence chariot of fire, all right. There appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, more chariots, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. And Elisha saw it And he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof. All right, referring to other angels, all right, inside of chariots. And he saw him no more. And he took hold of his own clothes and rent them into pieces. Exodus 13 and verse 21. Now, this is after we had left the land of Egypt. And the Lord Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud, referring to a chariot, to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire, referring to a chariot, to give them light, to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. Okay? More proof, all right, of the chariots of Israel. This is Isaiah 31 and verse 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord Yahweh of hosts defend Jerusalem. All right? As birds flying. Now remember, okay, Yahweh Shai and the heavenly hosts are returning, okay, in holy chariots. All right? And they will have the formation such as birds flying. Okay, as birds flying, so will the Lord Yahweh of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. Zechariah 5 and 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll, referring to a chariot of Israel. Isaiah 26 and verse 20. Come, my people, enter you into thy chambers. All right, compartments within the chariots. All right, post destruction of America. All right, and shut your doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation, all right, nuclear fire be overpassed. All right. Come, my people, enter you into thy chambers. Going into what? Revelation 18 and 3. Salakia, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her. And his voice will be spoken of in the Hebrew, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. All right. And the plagues, again, is referring to nuclear destruction. All right. Revelation 21 and verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, all right, referring to the elect of Israel, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, all right, coming out of or descending from a chariot, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Revelation 10 and verse 1. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud. A cloud, referring to what? A holy chariot. Okay? He was inside of a chariot, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was as it were the sun, meaning what? That this chariot was very bright and multicolored. All right, referring to, and a rainbow was upon his head. It was Slagia, and his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire, going into the chariot's landing parts. Okay. Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he, referring to Yahushua, come with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Clouds. All right, referring to holy chariots. And they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so to Wab. Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things, referring to Yahushua, while they beheld, referring to the disciples, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Verse 10. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So just like Yahushua left in a heavenly chariot, okay, he's returning in a heavenly chariot, okay? Second Ezra, and this is, let's start at verse 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain. And this is the fathership, okay? And flew up upon it, referring to Yahushua. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Okay? So again, Yahushua will return in a massive Salakia. Yahushua will return in a massive fathership. Let's go to Genesis. 1 and 1. In the beginning, the Elohim created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of the Elohim moved upon the face of the waters. Now, when we focus on moved, according to the Hebrew, it's Strong's H 7363, pronounced as Ra Kap, which means to hover. It shows you that Yahushua and the elected angels, all right, were inside of chariots, all right, to hover. Case in point, a helicopter hovers, a bumblebee hovers. Okay. There's one more. You know what? And this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 27. For as the lightning come out of the east and shine even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be, referring to Yahushua. For wheresoever the carcass is, referring to the elect, there will the eagles be gathered together. The eagles, referring to the holy chariots. All right. Let's get, I think it's First John. Maybe second. And this is 1 John 2 and 20. But ye have an unction, meaning what? A spiritual calling from the Holy One, and ye know all things. All things is referring to this truth, 100% truth, meaning everything we need to know to attain salvation if we are the hopeful elect. And part of all things is the understanding of these holy chariots that are classified as identifiable flying objects when the Most High is dealing with you. Lord, will you edified. Shalom.